'Tis the season to panic because you have no idea what to get the people you love for Christmas and it's really hard, and then you don't just want to get them stuff that they're not going to use, but you also want to get them something that they're actually going to like. La, 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 la. It is that time of year where we remember that Christmas is a thing. If you are somebody who has a tech crew, that kind of workplace person in your family or in your life, you might know by now that it's actually really, really hard to gift people in work/lifestyles like that presents. Why? Typically because if someone tours for work, they can't take a lot of things with them. I know a lot of people within theatre, they will do 2 months in every city at a time. The flight baggage allowance is not that much for the companies that fly you to the different cities, and you only really want to keep on you things that are a necessity or that you use all the time. You really have to downscale your possessions. So if you really wanted to get someone in your life who works in this lifestyle, something that would be really useful to them, I have put together a little tech and crew gift guide. I have 10 different gift ideas for you for the tech or crew person in your life, as well as why it is useful, so that you can help make a decision about whether it would actually suit them. If you saw my video last week, that is also one of the ones that is not on the list, but should definitely be on the list. So make sure you go and check out last week's video to see if that would apply to the person in your life. The first one that we're going to talk about, which will not be a surprise to you at all if you've been here for a hot second, is Suk Workwear. Suk Workwear are an Australian brand that I've made a whole video about my collection of in the past, who make workwear specifically for women and femme bodies. They have an incredibly large size range from size 4 to size 30. They do all different kinds of styles for different kinds of work. They do pants, they do shorts, they do shirts, they do full suits, they do boiler suits, they do high-vis stuff now. They have so many incredible workwear options that just make you feel tough and professional and amazing at work. They have stores that carry their stock all over the country, but they also have an incredible size chart on their website. As well as this, if I've been confused before about which size I should get, I have emailed Suk and spoken to them on Instagram, and they've been able to give me some advice on which size I should go for. They also have a store in Melbourne. If you're unsure of the sizing of the person that you are buying for or what they would prefer, grab them a gift card and let them pick. The second one is kind of 3 different gifts in one concept, and that is book related things. If you have a person in your life who is a reader or who wants to get into reading, who constantly does touring, there are 3 things I can recommend to you. One is a device. Get them a Kindle. Get them a Kindle, or depending on who they are and your budget, just get them an iPad and they can get the Kindle app. It is not practical to take stacks and stacks and stacks of books on tour, but taking one small device that you can use is incredibly practical. And while you're there are 2 books that I would recommend that you grab for them on this Kindle, or if there's someone who really loves a physical book, get them the books and be ready for them to mail it back to you so that you can hold on to it for them until they get home. Those 2 books are Loud and Roadies. These 2 books are about someone's personal experience as a woman in the industry when there were no women in the industry, and a whole bunch of stories and collections of people's tales from the industry spanning over decades. It is a really cool insight into the Australian entertainment industry and its history. Number 3, I also did a whole video about these guys in the past, Sideshift Gear. Again, if you have no idea what to get someone from Sideshift Gear, give them a gift card. I promise you they are going to want something from Sideshift Gear. The 3 products that I use the most from them, the Side Pocket Mini, the Tape Loop Mini, and the Chest Rig 2. I am obsessed with these items, and I cannot stress to you enough how much a radio is a bothersome thing in the life of the person you love, and they will love you. This is another local Australian brand. They are made in Melbourne. Number 4, a Leatherman. You will never go wrong getting the tech/crew person in your life a multi-tool. They might already have one, they're gonna lose it soon. I promise you, get them a new one. They will have a nice one for their nice gigs, and they will have their old one that they beat up and that they lend to other people. You cannot go wrong getting someone a Leatherman or a multi-tool who works in this kind of industry. I personally have lost mine and have not replaced it, so if you are a family member or a loved one of mine watching this, this is a hint. The next couple are thinking about the space that you stay in and making it a little bit more personal. The first one is some kind of fun lighting, especially within theatre. When you go on tour, you are shoved into these weird corners of theatres. Putting your own lighting into that weird little dingy corner of the theatre that you've been shoved into for the next 3 months is a really great way to make it feel like it's yours. LED light strips from JB Hi-Fi, from IKEA, that are transportable, easy, they can bundle up really small. Fairy lights, small little lamps, lamps, like whatever you can think of, anything that can pack down really small is a great option. That's why I would recommend like a LED strip or fairy lights or something like that. Chances are, if there's someone in your life, you know the kind of aesthetic that they usually like to be surrounded by, and you can pick which one of those would suit them better. But it really is helpful to feel like you're at home even when you are away from home. Number 6 is a portable speaker. I promise you, they need a portable speaker at some point, whether they are putting it in their office, taking it with them into the new accommodation that they're moving into, carrying it around during a bump in or a bump out so they have something to amuse themselves. A portable speaker will never go astray, and you can never have too many. There are ones you can get that are waterproof, that are good for the outdoors, that can stick onto walls, that can clip onto your pants. Have a think about the kind of work that this person does and where it might be useful for them, and buy accordingly. Number 7 is keep cups and water bottles. When you are touring and traveling, you lose these all the time, but you always want to have one, especially if the person in your life is environmentally conscious or trying to reduce the amount of waste that they make. I've left you a link to Frank Green down below. You've seen Frank Green bottles and keep cups everywhere. They are incredibly versatile. They have so many different color ranges and size ranges. They also have so many bottles that have a loop on them that if you just attach a carabiner to, is now a clip-on carryable water bottle that will go with you everywhere. Depending on the kind of work that the person in your life does though, thinking in the same theme, things like camelbacks, like water packs that strap onto their back and they can just have a little bit of water whenever they need it. Something that would break down into like a flat little boopity boop that they can put into their luggage. Again, this is just an idea. Think about the person you love and go with the idea. Number 8 is notebooks. If the person in your life is someone who loves to keep a notebook, a journal, a planner, those kind of things to stay on track during their work schedule. I personally love a planner, and I would fall apart without my planner and without my to-do list and without my notepads. You've seen in like every single vlog I've ever done me writing on my to-do list. All of my favorite ones come from this brand that I still don't know how to pronounce. Their undated journals are something that keeps me on track every single week. In these planners, they have a weekly overview where you can write down things about every single day in your week, your top priorities for the week, important to-dos. They've got a habit tracker, and you can date it for whatever week you want. They've got a shopping list and a food schedule section for meal prepping, which for touring I think is amazing. And then they have a section for every single day of the week. They are also customizable. You can put your name on the front of the covers. Number 9 is a massage or physio voucher. I promise you they need it. It is really difficult to make time for yourself and to invest in expenses like that when you are touring, but it is so important. Seeing a physio is incredibly good for you even when you are not injured. If you're someone who is using your body a lot for work, they can just fix all those little niggles and hurts that you've got. And if the person you love is working in this kind of industry, they are overworked and they definitely need to relax a little bit. Places that I would recommend if you are in Sydney or Melbourne is a place called Performance Medicine, who do physio for the entertainment industry specifically, especially performers. And if you are in Brisbane or the Gold Coast, there is a place called Suk, which is like a bathhouse. I will leave those linked below. And number 10, the best thing that you can give someone in your life who has a lifestyle like this is one of your Mondays. It is incredibly difficult to be away from your friends and family all the time, especially around this time of year. I know at least in theatre, there is always a blackout period of time over Christmas and New Year's where you can't take time off. You cannot go and see your family if you happen to be in another state or far enough away that it's not possible for you to get home with one day to spare where we're not doing shows. Then you miss out on seeing your family and friends for Christmas. Just in general, most of the people in our lives work Monday to Friday and have the weekends off, so it's incredibly hard to find time to spend with them. If you could take one Monday off during your year to dedicate to spending time with them and going to do things with them, it would mean the world to them, I promise you. It is so often that we are taking Fridays and Saturdays off of our work week, which is the busiest part of our week, so that we can still show up in the lives of the people that we love. And if that was reciprocated, ooh, it would be the best gift of all. Book something for you and that person to do on a Monday, take the day off and spend the day with them. And when you do spend that day with them, take shitloads of photos so that they have those memories with them when they go on tour next and they might not see you for a little while. I hope that this list was helpful, and if you have any other recommendations, if you are someone in this industry and you can think of something that would be helpful for you, please leave it down below, leave it in the comments. If there is a specific person in your life that you want to be buying for and you would like some more personal ideas, head on over to the Discord and we can give you some ideas there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great week and I will see you there.